Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. You then have the strong urge to wash your hands. This is the cycle of suffering for OCD. And then you end up washing your hands, and then you wash your hands again, and then you wash your hands again, and then a fourth time, and a fifth time, and a sixth time. For days, for weeks, for months, for years, you continue to fuel the same OCD cycle over and over and over again without even knowing it. Then you start feeling frustrated, and then you have to sort of figure out exactly how to stop OCD. Here's how to stop OCD. Go in the other direction and stop fueling it. When the brain asks you to wash your hands, do not wash your hands. And that alone will force change to the brain. You do not wash your hands. You do not have to obey the brain's demands. This is how you free yourself from OCD. There is no doubt about that you have to use willpower to actually make this happen, since it feels very counterintuitive, especially when the brain really wants you to do something. So this is how to break free of the OCD cycle of suffering. And the same thing for addiction as well, because addiction is the same thing. The brain ultimately tells you, hey, do this, do this, do this. And the amount of willpower that you need to not do it, non-action, non-reaction, non-doing, is very high. So you have to have a lot of willpower and do the counterintuitive thing instead of the intuitive thing on fueling the cycle of addiction, on fueling the cycle of OCD. Because I guarantee you, there is no doubt that it is just how you do it, all right? If you are inside a quicksand and you keep fighting it over and over again, you sink that much deeper. The same thing is with the mind as well. You have to just allow things to naturally happen. Do not fight things. Do not react to things. And the things that I ended up saying earlier inside of this video is how you stop reacting. It's how you stop having negative emotions. It's how you stop having fear. It's how you stop having addiction. It's how you stop having OCD. Is through acceptance. Stop avoiding over and over and over again. So instead of the hand washing example, for example, the example of you avoiding it is avoiding the germs on your hands. And that is, of course, the bad outcome that the brain is ultimately trying for you to avoid altogether. Except if you do not wash your hands, you have the brain and force the brain into accepting the bad outcome that, hey, look, there may be germs on your hands. So acceptance is a very important thing. It is a very powerful thing. That is why some say that it is non-reaction or non-reactivity or non-action or non-doing. This is what meditation is all about. You do not have to meditate only by sitting down inside of a full lotus position and focus on silence, focus on the breath, focus on something else. That is not what meditation is. Meditation is something that you have to do throughout the whole day because it is just the natural thing for you to do. Meditation is done and made for you to essentially do it throughout the day naturally. Make it a part of your lifestyle. Do not just dedicate 30 minutes of your day and simply passively meditating, since it will not help you out for the entire day. And that is what you have to do. You have to have and make meditation be a part of your life throughout the day. Something happens and you do not have to react. If you feel mental suffering, then that is a very good thing, because it means that is how the brain is making the adaptations. It is when the brain is making adaptations. If you feel heartbroken, if you feel upset, if you feel sad, if you feel frustrated, if you feel traumatized, if you feel this, if you feel that, these are all really good things. Everybody wants to avoid these things, right? Everybody wants to avoid these negative outcomes that may arise inside of the environment, inside of your mind, that is. But the whole idea is that this is a sign for progress. So this is actually a very good sign. It is a very positive symptom that you have to understand, that it is how the brain ultimately autocorrects itself. It creates the adaptations that it needs in order to adapt onto the current environment and you feel that much better about yourself. And it is just all there is to it, okay? So you should not fight yourself. You have to just absorb yourself. You have to move towards these negative feelings and emotions, because that is ultimately what is making you that much stronger. It is mentally suffering that makes you feel better about yourself after the fact. First, you have to suffer, then you suffer less.